So I was talking to a friend and the conversation about cheating came up. She is not interested in being married or being in a committed relationship because she said just entirely too many people nowadays are cheating. So she's not interested. So I was thinking like, so if so many people are cheating, where do cheaters cheat? Because it's so many cameras nowadays. People got cameras on their homes, it's cameras in businesses, all these content creators out there filming. It's very easy to get spotted on camera, right? So I looked it up and got a list, found the list online about, where do cheaters cheat. So there's a top 10, okay? So here are the top 10, and I'll tell you later on in the video which one is number one, okay? So one of the places they go is their affair partner's home, which is like your husband bringing his side piece to the house to cheat, okay? Another place is at a restaurant or a coffee shop, okay? Their own car, people cheat in their own car. At a friend's house, on work trips, conferences, social media, online, nightclubs and bars, at the gym, at hotels, and at the workplace. Okay, so let's break these down because I would guess, well, there's one on here that I would guess that is number one, but I want you to think about it while I cover these others, okay? So let's talk about these, okay? Their affair partner's home. Some affairs take place where the other person lives to avoid suspicion at their own home. Okay, so but to me that's crazy because if your neighbors is familiar with your wife and they know that your wife is gone, would they wonder who the other woman is? Or maybe the husband just assumes that the neighbors will assume that she's just another family member. But people actually do bring the person that they're cheating with to their very own home. That's bold, baby, because ain't no way I would do that, or ain't no way that if somebody was dating me, he will be found out, because baby, no, ain't no way. Okay, so at coffee shops and restaurants, cheaters sometimes meet in places where they believe they won't be recognized. So if there's a crowd of people, everybody's eating, and a lot of lunch dates are done by coworkers, business partners, so it wouldn't be an obvious sign that there's cheating going on. It wouldn't be, unless there's some physical touching or whatever that was very obvious. But yeah, people go out and have lunch with random people all the time. And sometimes they are married, but having a lunch date is pretty innocent, right? So that's why people, choose to go to restaurants or coffee shops, because it looks innocent. Okay. So some people cheat in their own car. They avoid the hotels, avoid taking her to the house, avoid going out, in public with her or him. So they just cheat in their own car. Okay. Cars provide a private space and are often used for quick, secret meetings. Again, it's so many cameras out there. Where are you going to cheat in the car at? Especially if you're talking about doing anything physical nowadays. Where are you going to go? You got to be somewhere deep off in the woods. And who want to do that? Okay. No, I guess I'm too mature. Maybe that's what the young people do. But people my age, I just can't imagine them doing that. Okay. At a friend's house. This is very common too, y'all. Sometimes people use a trusted location to meet secretly because your wife already knows your homeboy or your friend, or your husband already knows your girlfriend or your coworker that you hang out with and you talk to on the phone all the time. So he wouldn't think anything if you went over to her house for a few hours, not knowing the guy that you messing with is meeting you over there. Or she not knowing the girl you messing with is meeting you over your homeboy house, okay? Because that's where y'all meet up at, because everything looks innocent because your spouses know your friend. So yeah, of course you're going, yeah, go ahead, go over there, have a good time. But your little side piece over there too. Yeah. So they also cheat at conferences or on work trips. Y'all, you have no idea. If you're dating someone who goes out of town on work trips and business trips where they're going to be gone for a week or two at a time, oftentimes, I mean, it's just the truth of the matter. I would say more times than not, they have someone there that they're dating or someone is meeting them there. Child, it's just not all of them. Before y'all tear me up in the comments, not everybody. I'm just saying it's very common. I've seen it happen quite a few times. Yeah, because you're away from home. You're away from home. People don't know you in that town. People don't know her in that town or him in that town. And you can pretty much move about the way you want without being noticed, or recognized. And your spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend is back at home not knowing a thing. They thinking you in meetings, but you in a hotel room with somebody else. It's crazy. And you can make it look normal. Like when your husband calls or when your wife calls, you can pick up and step outside and talk to her or whatever. Make everything look normal. But your little boo in that room waiting on you to get out that phone. I know how it goes. I know how it goes down. So if you're dating someone that go on work trips, baby, keep your eyes and your ears open, because sometimes it goes down on the work trips, y'all. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It goes down on the work trips, okay? So, social media and online. Ooh, this is a big one. Especially in 2026, with everybody being online. Everybody is online. Just as many men are online as there are women. So, it's a good place to meet some people, right? Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat often reconnect people with exes or create private messaging opportunities, because all you got to do is send them a DM. All you got to do is jump in the inbox. All you got to do is do a wave, comment on their posts. That can get the conversation going right there. Somebody from your past, somebody that used to like you in college, or you used to like them, or somebody you used to date in high school that still likes you. All they got to do is hit you on the inbox, and it opens up right there. They don't care that you have a man. They don't care that you have a husband or a wife. They don't care. They looking at you. You looking good on them pictures. They gonna shoot their shot. They gonna jump in that inbox, and they gonna try and just to see what you say. Because I had a woman inbox me one time talking about her husband, and I'm talking to her husband in the inbox, and I said, well, if you have access to his inbox, you will see that your husband is reaching out to me. I'm not reaching out to your husband. I am polite enough to say, when he says, good morning, how you doing? I do respond and say, I'm doing great. I hope you and your family are doing well too. Yeah. So if you can read all of his inbox messages, you would see that your husband is reaching out to me. So why you chose to inbox me, I have no idea. But I don't want your husband. I never wanted your husband. Furthermore, I wanted his brother. I liked his brother, not him. If you just want to know the truth, it's not your husband that I wanted. I always had a crush on his brother, who was way finer than him, okay? So that's how it goes, though. And I know she did that because she probably has had an issue with him cheating on social media, okay? Cheating on social media, online or whatever, that's one of the places where people go to cheat. They can sneak and do it because you can delete inboxes. You can delete pretty much anything you do on social media. So they feel like they cover up themselves when they, are able to delete messages. Okay, so at bars and nightclubs, people go to cheat. Okay, well, it's a lot of cheating going on in bars and nightclubs. Alcohol, like Jamie Foxx said, blame it on the alcohol. That's true, right? Alcohol, social environments, and meeting new people can lower inhibitions and lead to cheating. Yes. When you had a few drinks, the music is good, you're dancing, you're talking to people, you're laughing, you're having a good time, you're seeing people you haven't seen in years, y'all catching up. And he used to make you laugh in high school. Now he making you laugh again. And furthermore, he's still fine as heck, So that can easily lead to exchanging phone numbers. Now you got a man at home now, girl. But this dude is so fine tonight, and that alcohol telling you to go ahead and get with him. Go ahead and at least, so you trick yourself into saying that, oh, it's nothing. You trick yourself into believing that it's nothing. We just exchanging numbers. We just gonna see how each other doing. And you just open up the gates to cheating, because one thing is gonna lead to the next, and next thing you know, you're gonna be cheating on your man with your high school boyfriend or your college boyfriend or whatever. Okay, because bars and nightclubs can, all the drinking and socializing, people get a little bit too comfortable and they start doing things that they didn't even go there to do. They didn't go there to cheat on their spouse or their boyfriend or their wife. They didn't go there for that, but it turns into that because the environment just, I don't know what it is when you go to nightclubs. It just make you want to just meet people and socialize and get extra friendly and give hugs and slow dance with people. And it's just that type of vibe in the club. You all know that. Everybody knows that. Okay, at the gym. If you dating a gym rat, watch out. And I wouldn't think that well, in a way, I guess I'm one of the type of women that never been I've never really been attracted to the guys at the gym. I mean, I've seen some hot dudes at the gym, but I have never given my number out to any man in the gym ever. And because I guess when I'm working, when I'm in the middle of something working, nothing can distract me from it. So when I'm in there trying to burn my calories and get me a good workout, that's all I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about him over there, which a lot of guys they act like they be scared to approach me, which I was told that I look like, I would turn them down. I don't know why guys say that, but I have had a few guys tell me that, like, I was going to approach you, but it seemed like you would have turned me down. I'm like, really? Anyway, so, but yeah, at the gym you can, see somebody that you see there all the time that you become interested in. So it says frequent interaction, physical attraction, okay, and regular schedules can sometimes lead to flirtation or affairs, okay? You notice you see him every morning at 5:30. You notice you see her every evening at 6 when you go to work out. So that y'all on the same schedule. That's one thing right there that y'all have in common. You like working out in the morning, or she like working out at night, or whatever. Y'all enjoy the same workout schedule. That's one thing right there. Okay. Second thing is you both believe in being healthy, obviously. Okay. So that's two things right there. Okay. Number 3, it could be something like you both work out with headphones. You can learn a lot from somebody just watching them at the gym. Okay. So all you got to do, all guys do or women do, strike a conversation. You in here again? I had someone tell me, look like we back on the same schedule again. So they pay attention to when you in there and when you not. They know that when your schedule matches theirs, that's a way that they can hit on you. They can start a conversation right there. Just on that alone, they can start a conversation with you. So, and then you dressed in your workout clothes. He dressed in his workout clothes. He got his muscles all out. You got your booty cheeks out because you got on some bicycle shorts. You got on your little half top that you work out in. He over there flexing his muscles because he know you looking at him. Okay. Eventually, somebody going to say something to the other. Okay. And a lot of times people have someone at home, but they think it's innocent because, hey, we just talking. We go to the gym together. It's no big deal. We just talking. We're going to exchange numbers, and I'm just going to see what time she going to be up there, or vice versa. But that's going to lead to cheating. Maybe, it just depends on the person. But I'm really strong about what I believe in and what I want. My morals are so strong. Like, I could actually exchange numbers and not cheat. I could actually exchange numbers. I'll do another video about that. How do you maintain a relationship with the opposite sex and not cheat? I have an answer to that. So I'm going to do a whole video on it. And it's so simple. And I know it works because I've done it over and over again. Okay. So anyway, at hotels is another place where people go to cheat. Hotels are one of the most common places for physical affairs because they provide privacy. Okay. When I used to work at a hotel, I would tell you this. We have to accommodate our guests, okay? If they ask for a private room, I would have people ask me to put them in a room far in the back, away from traffic, away from the interstate where they can't be seen. Put them way in the back somewhere where if people pass by, they can't see their car. Okay. Yeah. And I had to do it because those people were cheating. Yes. A couple of people that came there on the nights when I was the clerk. Okay. The receptionist, I knew that they were cheating because I know that they're married. I knew that they were married. Okay. Didn't know their spouses personally, but I know that they were married, but didn't even see who they were bringing there. But if they paid for a room and asked me to put them far in the back, that's what I had to do. It's just part of the job. Okay. So, because we owe them that, to be in that room privately if that's what they want. They can ask for no calls to that room, and we got to accommodate. We got to do that too, because once they pay for that room for the night, then we have to do pretty much what they ask. If they want rooms, whatever they ask for. Okay. So another place where cheaters cheat, at the workplace. Okay. Many affairs begin at work because coworkers spend long hours together, share stress, and build emotional connections at work, y'all. That is so true. Okay. You spend more hours a day at work with your coworkers than you do your mate, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, whatever. Think about it. You spending if you work full time, you're spending at least 9 hours a day with your coworkers. Okay. You do get an hour lunch, but a lot of times that lunch is still spent with coworkers because coworkers often eat lunch together. Okay. So that's 9 hours. By the time you get home, there's only time to maybe take a shower, probably watch a movie. And if your spouse works, it's even less because he's not even at home yet. So yeah, you spend more time with your coworkers than you do your own mate. And you go through all the things with your coworkers that you do with a mate. All the stress, dealing with problems, dealing with drama, dealing with people together, solving things together, working together on projects, figuring stuff out together, just having to consult each other about different things. I mean, it's like a work relationship. And you heard the phrase like your work wife or your work husband. That's true because people get so attached from working together that they actually feel like they're in a relationship. And oftentimes they start cheating based on that because they have gotten so close, working on all this stuff together, working on all these projects together, made them just grow closer. So they start cheating, y'all. And you have no idea. It's pretty much I would say every job I ever had, somebody was cheating on the job. It's just that common. Just that common. And the sad part is when the spouses come up there to see them, bring them lunch or whatever, they laughing and talking with the people that work there, not knowing one of the women that they laughing and talking with, that's who the husband is cheating with. Y'all, that happens so much. It happens so much. Like, I don't think that will ever stop because coworkers spend so much time together. I mean, and then it leads to business trips. Those same people that's been laughing and talking and having a good time in the office, now they got to go on a business trip out of town away from their mate in a whole different area. What you think gonna happen? If they eat lunch in the same city that they live in, if they out of town, they're gonna eat lunch and hook up and do probably whatever else they want to do. But this time they don't have to tell their mate at home what what just happened, where they went. Their mate might know that they went to went to a business conference or whatever, but they don't know about that little nightcap, you know? Yeah. So which one of those do you think is the number one place where cheaters cheat? And it's just what I thought. At the workplace. At the workplace, y'all. It's easy. You don't have to go nowhere special to go and cheat. At the workplace, you going there every day. She going there every day. So you're going to meet up every day. You're going to see each other every day. So it's really easy to start cheating that way because you don't have to do anything extra. You're getting up going to work every day just like normal. But you spending all this, your wife, your husband has no idea all the time you spending with this woman on these different projects and different assignments, and she has no idea. And the whole time that y'all are working on these projects, you're getting to know each other and you're getting closer and closer. So yes, the number one place where cheaters go to cheat is at the workplace, y'all. At the workplace, at the workplace. Not saying you don't need to go to the workplace. Not saying you don't need a job. You do need that. But I'm just saying it happens a lot at the workplace. Okay? So that was the top 10 that I looked up and researched because I was just curious to know where do cheaters cheat, because nowadays it seemed like it would be a little difficult with cameras just filming. It's content creators everywhere. It's cameras on every building. It's cameras on every house. It's just everybody's recording. So where would you go to cheat? So those are the 10 places, and I can believe it. Yeah, I can believe it. But I would have guessed without pulling up that list, I would have guessed that it was the workplace. Yeah, because based on my own, life and experiences, all the things that I've seen that go down in the workplace that spouses to this day don't even know about. So I would have guessed the workplace. But anyway, that was my top 10 places where cheaters go to cheat. Now, don't you be a cheater now, okay? I know it's the weekend and the cheaters want to come out, but no, take your behind home to your mate, okay? Leave these other women and other men alone, okay? Don't be a cheater, okay? Y'all have a good weekend. Bye.